Welcome to the first episode of Let's Discuss. And our focus today is going to be on the evolving role of the practice manager. And Patric, Maya and I are going to talk about what are the challenges within the role of the practice manager. And one of them is, I'm thinking, there's no defined role. When you look at job descriptions, they're either 7 pages long or 1 page long. And it's hard then to know, well, am I good at my job? What is it that I'm actually measuring up to? What do you think, Patric?
Well, it seems like when we've been meeting practice manager and business manager all over the world, some of them are in small practices, some of them are in larger group practices. But there seems to be 4 different themes that go through the role of being a good practice manager. The first theme would be around business acumen, trying to understand how to run the business, understand the numbers, understand what to track and what not to track. The second one has to do with service strategy and understanding the patient experience and how important that one is. The third one being leadership, leading your team and leading your people and managing your people.
Big challenge.
Yeah, and then the fourth theme seems to be around compliance, about being compliant when it comes to infection prevention, but things like WH and S and risk and all of those things all sits within the practice manager's role.
Absolutely.
It's very broad. Going back to the business acumen and the numbers and the tracking, and not just knowing what to track, but why are we tracking? And that can be a challenge when people have not come from a business background. A lot of practice managers have grown through the practice. They might have come from a more clinical background, and for them often the business side is skills to be learnt. So skills and knowledge that actually need to be learnt and acquired. The other thing to remember, I think a crucial point with the numbers is not just the numbers themselves, but what's the story behind the numbers, and that's really what allows you to do something with it.
Absolutely. I think when it comes to business acumen as well, it has to do with setting a clear vision together with your practice owner, and that vision has to do with both the business but also the service of the business. The practices are in the service industry. The patient experience is becoming much more of a competitive edge. Dentistry is dentistry is dentistry. What will help them to win the battle out there has to do with their patient experience and the strategy for that, and sharing that with the whole team. Don't you agree?
I would agree, and even both of those, just looking at those, the thing that a practice manager needs to be able to excel at is leading the team in that environment. If I'm going to put a service strategy in place, how do I influence and manage and lead the team in order to do that? And the numbers, in being able to read those numbers, what strategies do I need to put in place, and how do I motivate and engage the team to want to implement those systems? And unfortunately, many a times, certainly what we're experiencing is their mentor or their role model may not be very good at numbers, be very good at the service strategy. We've heard dentists answer the phone, so it's something that they think, where do we go to find and even sort of tone their skills or hone their skills to be able to get there.
And people, I think, are often the most difficult element. So to manage 100%. Those people can be a real challenge.
Absolutely.
Do you know what, Anita? I think it also has to do with leading the compliance in the practice. It's about leading, setting up strategies, setting up protocols so that everyone is aware of what are the protocols for compliance and infection prevention, so that patients are safe, teams are safe, and the practitioners are safe, and the practice can keep on becoming the best that they can be.
A lot of responsibilities.
Oh, massive.
So those 4 main elements there, the components that really make up the role. So which is your biggest challenge? Please do let us know. Leave a comment below, and we'd love to hear from you. Love to have a chat about it, and we'll see you in the next Let's Discuss.
See you next time.
See ya.